Does that make sense for you as far as like why divorce is inherently more risky for men?
I just feel like you're saying because women tend to be the person who initiates a divorce, correct?
Yes.
That's why it's riskier for men. But why do women tend to end divorces? With successful men that have money, they cheat.
She said it earlier.
They do all these things that women don't want to put up with. She said earlier.
It's a feeling. Feelings change from day to day.
Yeah, so I could have been in love with the person at the moment, but if that person is no longer treating me well just because we're married, I have to say no.
That's the point.
Because he can't be a good husband.
So as a man,
that's all I'm asking.
If I marry you and you decide, you know what, he's not the guy I thought he was anymore, I'm leaving. You take half my stuff, and maybe.
So is there no risk without reward? You married me, right?
No. So once again, this is why
you wanted to marry me.
Don't want to get married.
You loved me enough that it would be worth it to you to marry me and take the risk.
Hold on, stop the show. You just basically admitted it with your own words. Why guys don't get married?
All right, gather around. Permanent alimony, the grandmaster of all scams, is currently running amok on Earth. I get it, maybe a little support for a year just to cover basic living. Sure. But we're talking about a modest stipend, not a golden ticket. And seriously, if both parties are hustling during the divorce showdown, alimony shouldn't even be in the conversation. Now, let's dive into the murky waters of no-fault divorce. Brace yourself for the classic tale. Man loses it all, custody, home, and half his fortune, leading to a spike in male suicides. Incentivizing women to stroll out of marriages, it's practically a legal hit on masculinity. Picture this. Family court judges dealing with men pushed to the brink just trying to meet court demands. What slaughtered the sacred cow of marriage? It's the glorification of broken families. Here's a bold idea. No birth certificate signing without a DNA confirmation of paternity. Let's shut down the whole paternity fraud charade. Men shouldn't automatically be dishing out child support, especially if they're the primary parent. Marriage or not, slap on mandatory parenting courses, complete with an ironclad agreement to care for the kids no matter what. No-fault divorce? That just obliterated the last barrier keeping families together. If laws had a semblance of sense, we wouldn't be knee-deep in this mess. But governments are pros at keeping the scales tipped. Shout out to Tennessee for mandatory paternity tests, and Texas for kicking no-fault divorce to the curb. Florida waved goodbye to permanent alimony. About time. But we need this nationwide. But don't let the confetti fool you. Marriage is a minefield for men. We're tired of holding the short end of the stick. While these new laws might be a win, brace yourself for the storm from the other side. Marriage is still a rigged game, and we're done playing. Back in the day, divorce was a heavyweight bout, reserved for heavyweight reasons like physical abuse, infidelity, or abandonment. With receipts, not just wild accusations. Oh, how the times have changed, and not necessarily for the better. I'm ecstatic that this is making a comeback. Now there's no escaping the real deal, marrying for genuine love and enduring the challenges of marriage. It's not about passport bros, it's about battling low birth rates, a chronic issue for decades. Why? Because low birth rates mean a dwindling social security pot. Politicians aren't moral crusaders, they're after the money. Marriage rates are plummeting and they'll stay in the abyss until the laws get a facelift. That's our stark reality today. Regardless of how the story ends, the man should walk away with his 100%. Women from the past 5 decades should cough up every cent they took. Here's a starter pack of reforms. Mandatory jail time for women playing baby roulette outside their partner's zone. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Fancy-sounding ideas can unleash unintended chaos. No-fault divorce? Classic case. Who saw it coming? That it would turn into a gold-digging extravaganza for women seeking a financial upgrade. Starter marriages. Modern women are unabashed about it. Starter marriage videos circulate, where women plan ahead for a temporary gig. Imagine busting your chops to build a home, only to find another man lounging in your lazy boy, hogging your big screen TV during your weekend with the kids. Young men, heed this. A girlfriend is just as good. If things go south, you keep what's yours, sends the agonizing spectacle. The glitch in today's male education is the myth of equality. There used to be a code. Men as providers and protectors fail in that role, face community exile. But the feminist no-fault divorce wave flipped the script. Now men raised on equality myths wrestle with child support, alimony battles, and kid custody fights. And here's the kicker. Society's chanting equality while the legal system dances to a different tune, siphoning men's resources to bankroll women's lifestyles indefinitely. The game has changed, and not for the better. Men versus women, life goals. Women and men never truly shared the same life goals. In numerous instances, women strategically planned to marry affluent men, only to divorce them later and live comfortably off alimony without the burden of work. The MGTOW movement deserves credit for enabling men to share experiences and uncover the realities of women. If gender equality was the ultimate aim, then there's no reason for women to be disgruntled. It's mission accomplished. Proclaiming unfairness now serves only to perpetuate the exploitation of men for financial gain. Equality and perpetual financial support don't align. The government, women, and the courts have crafted their own predicament. Men, reluctant to enter marriage, become educators steering young males clear of this treacherous pitfall. Many women are emotionally, mentally, and eventually physically broken, gaining no tangible benefits. Responsibility evasion, constant mutual tearing down, and owning the traits they blame men for characterizing their behavior. Instead of marriage, women are subsidized by men through unfair divorce laws, alimony, child support, and even health insurance rates. Mandating paternity tests at birth and eliminating no-fault divorces and permanent alimony nationwide would be a step forward, though challenging to implement. In the modern era, everything men sought from marriage is attainable outside it without societal shame. In divorce, individuals should leave with what they contributed, and custody should be fair unless a parent opts out, with no financial support if unable to bear part-time responsibilities. Mandatory paternity tests during childbirth and divorce would add a layer of accountability. If a child isn't biologically linked to the presumed father, the woman must make financial reparations and face legal consequences for fraud and emotional damage. The Marriage Charade. The Marriage Charade is back in town. It's not about some romantic love saga. It's a government plot to boost birth rates. Forget about the passport bros. It's all about politicians counting coins. Who knew they cared about morality? Our marriage rates are nosediving faster than a rock, and until we revamp these outdated laws, we're stuck in this sorry state. But hey, regardless of how the story wraps up, the man better strut away with his full loot. Women from the past half-century should be reaching into their wallets to repay every cent they swiped. Let's throw some spicy reforms into the mix. Jail time for women playing musical chairs with baby daddies. And that's just the warm-up. Grand ideas might sound sweet, but they can turn into chaos. Case in point, no-fault divorce, a goldmine for women on the prowl for a financial upgrade. Modern women are shameless about it. Starter marriage videos circulate, where women plan their escape route in advance. Imagine slaving away to build a home, only to find another dude lounging in your lazy boy during your weekend with the kids. Attention, young bucks. A girlfriend is a solid alternative. If things hit the rocks, you keep what's yours without the circus. The glitch in today's male education, the equality myth. There used to be a code, men as providers and protectors, fail and face community exile. But thanks to the feminist no-fault divorce wave, men are juggling child support, alimony battles, and custody wars. And the cherry on top, society's chanting equality while the legal system milks men dry. The game's changed, and it's not in our favor. Cheers to progress, right? And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you can be the first to know when my new video drops. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.